This is not a drill. This is not a story. Stay silent, stay alive. And whatever you do, keep listening. You're listening to 101.7 FM, the Boardwalk frequencies. I'm here, still breathing. For now. If you're hearing this, you're not alone. Or maybe you are. Maybe you're holed up in a casino vault, or bleeding out in an elevator shaft, or praying beneath the skeleton of the steel pier as the tide licks your ankles. Wherever you are, listen close. The world doesn't end with a bang, they say. But they never told us it'd end with teeth. Atlantic City's gone dark. The neon's dead. The slots aren't ringing. The only thing spinning now is the wind through broken hotel windows, carrying screams instead of seagull cries. They're out there. You know they are. You've seen what they do, what they want. But let me paint it for you, so it's real. So you remember why you're fighting. Last night, the boardwalk was a carnival of rot. You ever smell a corpse baking in saltwater sun? It's not just decay. It's sweetness. Cloying. Like cotton candy left to melt on the asphalt. They shuffle through it. Those things that used to be us. Their skin's the color of storm clouds, split at the seams, oozing black syrup. Their eyes? Milky marbles, rolling in sockets too loose. But their mouths, God, their mouths. Jaws unhinged, teeth jagged as broken glass. They don't scream, they rasp. A sound like knives dragged through gravel. But let's talk about the living. The ones still carving seconds into hours. There's a woman, no name, just a story, barricaded in the Trump Taj Mahal's penthouse. Fourth night, she dropped a chandelier onto a horde crowding the lobby. Heard the crash through her phone before the signal died. They kept coming, she whispered. Even with crystals stabbed through their skulls. Even then. Or the teenagers. Oh, you'd love this. A pack of boardwalk kids, armed with nail guns and adrenaline, turned Ripley's Believe It or Not into a slaughterhouse. They're using the mirrors, the funhouse kind, remember? Luring those things into the maze, letting them fracture their own reflections. They hate it, one kid spat over a crackling voicemail, like it reminds them they're monsters. They lasted until dawn. Then the mirrors broke. They're learning. The dead. They're not just hungry. They're angry. Yesterday, a National Guard convoy tried retaking the Borgata. Tanks rolled in, soldiers shouting orders through megaphones. Evacuate or be fired upon. But the dead, they didn't charge. They watched. Let the soldiers get comfortable. Let them think they'd won. Then, a whistle. High, shrill like a tea kettle screaming. From where? No one knows. But every corpse in a 3-block radius snapped to attention, and then swarm. They climbed the tanks, pried the hatches open like lobster shells, ate the men inside while their buddies listened to the radio. You hear that? That's not the wind. That's the Shore Medical Center collapsing. 20 stories of glass and steel folding into itself. There were still people inside. Nurses, patients. A maternity ward. We got a call an hour before it fell. A doctor, voice frayed, saying they'd barricaded the newborns in the morgue. It's the only room without windows, he said. Then a wet crunch. Then laughter. But not human. They're here. In the streets. In your head. You ever wonder what happens when a city dies? The lights go first. Then the noise. Then the people. But the worst part? The silence after. Because that's when you hear it, the scraping. The endless, relentless scraping of their fingernails on concrete. On metal. On your door. Wait. A message just blinked through. Somewhere near the Absecon lighthouse. A man, hiding in the keeper's cottage. Says he's got a rifle, 3 bullets, and a bottle of Jim Beam. I'll take 10 of them with me, he slurs, but the last bullet's mine. Tell my wife. Tell her I'm sorry I never fixed the porch. They're closing in on all of us. I don't know how much longer the transmitters will hold, but I'll keep talking until my throat's raw, until they're at the studio door. Because if you're out there, if you're alive, you need to know. The rules have changed. Headshots? Sure, if you've got the aim. But there's faster ones now. Sleeker. They crawl on ceilings. They sprint. They hunt. A group near the Tropicana found that out the hard way. Thought they'd secured a buffet kitchen, steel doors, canned goods, grills for barricades. But they didn't check the vents. A little girl, couldn't have been older than 6, crawled out first. At least that's what her body looked like. Her spine was twisted, a question mark made of bone. She skittered across the ceiling, giggling. Then the others poured in. The survivor said the giggles didn't stop, even as they were eaten. The military's bombing the bridges, cutting us off. You hear that, Jersey? We're the sacrifice. No more shore exits. No more hope. Just the Atlantic at our backs and an army of teeth in front. But hey, we've got the casinos, all the dice in the world, and we're betting on bullets. If you're near the beaches, run inland. If you're inland, find the water. Confuse the scent. The dead hate the waves. Salt water bloats them, slows them down. A fisherman off Brigantine saw a pack of them wade into the surf, dissolve into foam and seaweed. But don't trust it. Nothing's sacred. A trucker just radioed in from the Atlantic City Expressway. His rig's jackknifed near exit 2. Cargo? Fireworks. The big kind. The ones that light up the whole sky. He's rigging them to blow. Gonna turn this graveyard into a disco. He laughed. I hope he does. Last story. The best one. The reason you'll survive tonight. A librarian. Atlantic City Public 3rd floor. She's alive. Barricaded the children's section with bookshelves. Harry Potter, Dr. Seuss, Twilight, hardcovers make good shields. The dead surrounded her for days, but she's reading. Over the PA system. Every night she flips a page. The kids, the ones still hiding in the stacks. They say it's the only thing keeping the monsters away. Stories are light, she told them. And light is life. So here's my light. My last words. If you're hearing this, fight. Not for heaven, not for hell. For the woman in the library. For the trucker's fireworks. For the taste of salt and the sound of your own breath. Fight because they're hungry. And you're not food yet.